Right guys, welcome back to another episode of the Pro Series, and I am with the big man, Jacob Egbunike, Ifbb Pro, as of this year, one of the newest UK Open Pros, one of the biggest and heaviest as well. Currently sitting about 320 pounds, we've just trained arms. The guy is big. But fantastic session, and now we're going to chat to him. I've only been aware of you really for, I'd say only like the last year. So I'm excited for this because for such a big guy to go under the radar is rare. But having said that, and this is actually one of the things I think is definitely worth starting with, the 3-year transformation, I can see why you went under the radar because my man has mutated. So yeah, let's start with that because 22 kilos is to be put on that in 3 years. So that was from 22 to 25. And that was your first show ever in 22. Fucking mental. And you were on stage how heavy this year? 300 pounds, something like that?
I stepped on stage 300 pounds, just slightly above 300 pounds.
That is insane, that is insane. So you are 29. So you did your first show when you were what, 26?
Yeah, 26,
So sort of middle of the road, some guys start, like, certainly not a late starter. Has bodybuilding always been the vibe, or like how did that come about? Where did it start?
No, it wasn't. I come from like a typical Nigerian household where education is like the end all be all.
Okay.
So I went to uni, did civil engineering.
Cool.
And then it was during the gap. So during that gap, before that, actually, backtrack, I wanted to be a DJ.
Okay.
Yeah, no. And then I had like a gap where I was deciding to, you know, like further my education, do a master's.
Okay.
And during that same time, I wasn't too happy with myself. For some reason, I just got to that point in life where you're like, I need to make a change.
Okay.
Just like,
had you been involved in sport through your childhood?
No,
nothing.
my entire life was just like studying.
Okay.
Like, just focused on like reading. That's literally me.
Okay.
I'm a nerd at heart, man. Just like books.
World's biggest nerd.
So so that's kind of like my entire like probably 17 years until I moved to uni. And then just during that gap, I was like, okay, I need to do something and change something about myself because I wasn't too happy with the way I looked, how I felt in my own body, like stuff like that. And obviously, the gym was like the first thing I thought about. I was like, let's go to the gym. And I think in like 3 months, I like lost a lot of weight and I was shredded. And everyone was like, "Bro, what have you been doing? What have you been taking?" I'm like, "Nothing." I just literally said,
people hate hard work.
Do you know what I'm saying? I used to go crazy because I was so upset because for me, it's like once I enjoy something, like, man, I have no stop button. It's just like all in.
All in. I'm exactly the same.
Yes, I was doing like morning and evening sessions, 7 days a week.
And at that point, you know no better. And you could
probably right now in hindsight, it's the stupidest thing you could do.
But I feel I belong.
Yeah, there's something here because this is the first time I'm getting approval. Like I'm coming from a house where even if I got like 7 A's, if I got a B,
that would be the focus.
Yeah, it's like, why did you get a B? Why did you get a C there? What's that? So to get like just like everyone like, you know, giving me praise and like telling me like telling everyone else about me is like that was the first time I thought like, all right, cool. I feel good enough right now. But I didn't even think about bodybuilding until like a year later. I just googled like how do people make money off having muscle.
Okay.
It's literally
it's probably an interesting thing to Google.
I know. And it's like, and I tell people that it's just literally I was just a normal regular guy. I just somehow stumbled on training and bodybuilding. And I just googled like how do you put muscle, how do you make money from, you know, having muscle and stuff. Then I saw Mr. Olympia and I saw, you know, I remember seeing Phil Heath and like Ronnie Coleman, Arnold. I was like, I remember who Arnold is. Like, he does the movies. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then just from there, it's like I just picked interest in like YouTube and like just started learning about training and nutrition. And I wanted to do my show. By the time I couldn't because I was in Nigeria.
Okay.
And there wasn't like shows going on. And I always knew I wanted to go to Olympia. Like from the moment I searched and I saw the Olympia, that was my goal.
Okay, amazing.
Even when I was less than 100 kilos. I was like, this is what I want to do. This is where I'm supposed to go. And then from there, just just started doing a lot of like YouTubing, learning about training, understanding what's involved in bodybuilding. Started following like Nick Strength and Power. Like started following bodybuilding more from
closely.
So when I kind of moved back in 2020, and then I still delayed kind of like competing. I was like, okay, I need to just figure out what I want to do, like job wise, get some money.
Got to get some foundation.
Yeah, just But I had an accident, 2021, towards the end, and that kind of woke me up.
Okay.
I was like, oh shit, I don't have as much time as I think. Or,
okay.
Like something could happen. That, almost like a wake up call. Like, what are you doing? Like, get your shit together.
What kind of accident? Like,
so I got hit by cars on a bike.
Oh, shit.
I got hit
in London.
I was heading to work as well. Got hit by a bike. Thankfully, like I didn't just had like minor fractures in my spine.
Okay.
So I healed after like 3 months.
Okay.
Which was good. And the first thing I did, literally, even before I got discharged and cleared, is went to the gym.
Yeah.
And then once I got cleared, I was good. I was like, cool. I was gonna do this anyway, but like, thank you. But like in that 3 months, I just kept thinking, like, man, what if I
need to do this?
Like, this could have been my opportunity to go on. So from 2022, I got a coach, and I just did a show in September. I think my first show was actually against Nathan Styles.
Okay.
It was the JT Grand Prix. I don't know.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
So I did that show.
Did you go straight in?
Yeah.
I
didn't even do
as a super or whatever.
Straight into super.
Fair play.
You know what I'm saying? That's how delusional I am. I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, cool, I want to be the best. So let's go. Where's it happening? Okay, cool, let's do that.
I think sometimes though, like naivety can be such a strong thing.
Yeah.
Like I know when I started, like I never had ambitions to like achieve things, but I used to look at Jay Clark, the Ronnie Coleman, and I was naive enough to think that they were like my height. So therefore in my head that was possible. But like obviously then, and I think sometimes that's the limiting factor. People go into things and they're like, oh well, their own, like especially tall bodybuilders.
Yeah.
I know you kindly said earlier, like you saw me, you saw Jamie, and that sort of like made you appreciate even more what was possible, which is great. But like I said, I think having that naivety of being like, why not go to the Olympia, can really like push you, like especially if you've got that personality, which you do.
Yeah, people overanalyze stuff as well. I think I've spoken to a lot of people. It's like, I don't have the genetics.
Oh, they
it's
love
like
that.
so many. Do you know what I'm saying? There's just so many limitations you put in yourself, even before you even try. And I'm glad I didn't have that. And also, it's like when you said like I was under the radar, it's like the same thing. I just lock myself in, do what I need to do. And it's like for me, I always knew that if I did the work and I was good enough, it would make enough noise where everyone notices who I am.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like instead of like trying to
kind of be someone,
right? Just know, just say I can do this, and then just try and do it.
Yeah.
That's kind of my approach to it. I didn't care that I was 6'3". I didn't care that I was skinny and the guys I was looking. I was just like, okay, what are they doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
How are they doing this? I'm doing that. I adopt the mindset. So I was listening to a lot of guys that I'd obviously admire, and just seeing how they think and just picking up stuff as I go.
Yeah.
But seeing Nathan was a kicking ass as well. So I remember seeing him thinking, what the fuck?
Thick tissue on him.
I just, when you just say, all right, second place, and it was just me in the class. I was like, all right, cool. I shook his hand. I was like, all right, cool, man. You winning this, cool, great.
Yeah, I see it.
But I remember like after that, I knew I wanted to do open. But I did men's physique as well.
Okay.
That same day.
All right.
My coach was like, let's try.
Yeah.
And obviously my first time, it makes sense. I actually prepped for classic, couldn't make me for classic.
Right.
So I ended up doing men's physique and open.
Yeah.
But I was more intrigued. I was like, how does someone that tall look like this?
Yeah.
I didn't care too much about the men's physique. I just like, this is the look I want to go after. So that kind of inspired me. And then took a year off 2023. 2024, got with Martin.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of like the game changer for me, because then making that jump to such a high level coach also made me a high level athlete as well.
Yeah.
Right.
You feel like you have to perform even more.
100%.
There's an extra level of accountability.
100%. So that changed stuff for me. It was just like execute.
Yeah.
Even when I did the show in 2024, I won my class, which was my first win, which I was very excited about because there were really good guys there, and lost the overall. And I remember just thinking, I want that overall, man. All right, cool. Instead of doing a pro qualifier, I was like to Martin, it's like, I don't think I want to do a pro qualifier. I don't think I have the t-shirts to stand against same people. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So
that's very mature though, because I think a lot of people they see it, they get a win, and they kind of almost want to chase. They're just happy with wins.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like yourself, you took an analytical approach of stepping back and thinking like, I know I need to be better. How can I get there as quick as possible?
Yeah.
And extending a prep.
Yeah.
I
think I'm just delusional and also a sore loser. But I hate, like, do you know what I'm saying? It's I wanted the overall.
That's an extra fire up your ass.
I wanted the overall. I didn't get the overall. I was like, cool, I'm going to go back, do the work. And my entire goal, to be fair, for this prep was the overall. It's like, I'll be happy with the overall. I got the overall, I'll be so happy. So that was like my drive. Obviously, I always thought, I'm going to go to Olympia. That was my initial plan anyway, from day dot. So it's not I don't want the pro card this year. It's just, I know I'm going to get it. I'm going to go to Olympia. Yeah. So that's always been my mindset. It's just, I have boxes to tick.
You're not going to stop until you get there.
Yeah.
And naturally, to get there, you're going to have to.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's always been my mindset. Win my class, win the overall, then win the pro card. And I kind of done all of that this year, which is sick.
Yeah. So, ladies and gents, 5 shows from his first show to his pro card, and it doesn't make me feel shit about doing like 26 shows or anything like that. No, that, like I said, man, like just the level of development in your physique over the last 3 years. Yeah. We will put that transformation picture up because I think, again, for people to understand what can be achieved from what you've laid out, from a very simple approach. Bodybuilding is simple, it's just not easy. Yeah. Like you said, you walk the walk every single day. Yeah. You had a long-term ambition, but ultimately you didn't let that kind of pull you back. I think sometimes people obsess over something so much they actually lose sight of the day-to-day. So yeah, I mean, this next question, what are the highlights of your career? Fairly short career, but I'm asking that because when we spoke in the session, and maybe your highlight, I imagine probably will be the pro card, but I know you said that overall, that first overall, was probably your favourite.
Yeah. Again, it's like, I visualize stuff and I obviously want that, and like, I don't stop until I get it. And I remember last year, I visualized having the belt. It was the Ryshik Crumble belt.
Yeah.
And I remember just every time I was on the card, you did an hour stairs, I was like, that was my
holding that, yeah.
So when I didn't get it, I always took the class win. I felt like that was like a pat on the back, like, hey, you did well. But like deep down, I was like, So I went into that off season just like with
that being the focus.
Yeah. And I was just like, I want that overall. So that was my drive. So when I got it, it was like the most satisfying feeling.
Yeah, having thought about it, having worked for it.
Yeah, and it was the most satisfying thing. So I was like, I knew I bust my ass for this, and like I liked the way I did it as well. It wasn't just any show. It's like there was a lot of really good guys that if I wasn't there, any of them could have easily just been the winner on that day. So that was I'll say that was more special than, I know it sounds mad, but it was more special than the pro card because I was, again, it's like I'm not going to do all of these things, but step by step, and in my head the overall was that next step.
So that's all you've been focusing on. You hadn't let yourself get carried away with thinking about, like you said, what's to come. Until you've done that one thing, doesn't matter what's to come.
No, it's not.
Because you can't fast forward or jump past that.
Yeah. And I always write stuff down as well. I think also I have to kind of hold myself accountable to that. So it's like, in 2022 when I did the show on Nathan 1, I remember coming up saying, I'm going to win my class next. And I did it, right? But then I went into that show thinking as well, setting a more, not unrealistic, but like a higher goal, saying I was going to win the overall as well. So I went in, I won a class, which I was going to do from 2 years ago, but I didn't get the overall. So I was like, always going in that direction where I was supposed to just thinking about, I've set the end goal, but I need to focus on all those steps to get there.
I like what you said, because you said in the session as well, like you said, like beginning of this year or end of last year, you wrote down overall Gus Mark 10, overall Race to Rumble Pro card. And I always used to like, what do they call it? Oh God, I'm going to have a mind blank here. Manifestation.
Yeah.
Like I always used to be a bit hazy about that. But actually, towards the end of my career, and when I won my pro card, all that year I wrote something down. And I think either having written it down and looking at it every day or writing it down every day, there is something to that, and I think that's a nice point. You know,
if you don't say, you don't hold yourself accountable to it.
Yeah.
That's what I realized. It's not necessarily about that you manifest this like mystical thing of I made it happen, but more of I set a goal and I did everything I could to make it happen.
And it keeps you focused.
Yeah, yeah, that's like, for me. That's what it is.
Never 1 minute, and again, like probably why that felt so good is because you knew that every minute of every day you pretty much focused towards that. You know, whether you work or not, it's in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
There. So, I'm very intrigued. 29.
Yeah.
Potentially, like you said in the session, 40 could be. You know, when you finish.
Yeah.
Have you given any thought into when you might be on stage as a pro for the first time? Have you got any idea?
I want to do it next year.
Wicked.
I'd love to do the British finals if it's going to happen next year.
Yeah.
That'll be 6 show to do. For a fair show. But yeah, mostly like towards the end of the year. That would be.
That's a good time frame. I'm glad you said that. Some people I feel like put off that first show too long. And at the end of the day, regardless of how you do in the show, with your physique, you're gonna get some really cool, like, you're gonna be freaky, man. Like,
yeah. And also it's like, I think putting it towards the end of the year, for me, it's like, I have to respect the process as well to make any sort of
appreciable, yeah. And the bigger we are, the taller you are, the more you need to add to make it look like you want it to look.
100%. So yeah, I'm putting it towards the end just because I know, okay, I might start my off season sometime in January.
Yeah.
So it gives me like a good enough time to.
Because you said like, since the show, you've just been, I suppose, coming out of prep in a good place, and you are in a great place. You know, like I said, like for the size of you, your level of condition, and obviously knowing that you are, you know, very much cruising, bridging. You just sort of taking the pressure off yourself a little bit these last few months.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just focusing on like other aspects as well, because I see like what I do is it's just way more than just competing as well, right? It's just like there's more to it than just stepping on stage. There's the bodybuilder and then there's life outside.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so it's like those areas need to grow
still
just as much.
Developed,
Yeah, so it's like, you know, I've achieved a great, you know, milestone, but it's like other areas need to catch up. For me to be the sort of guy that gets to the Olympic stage, there's certain things that need to also grow.
Yeah.
That's financially, mentally, spiritually, like relationships. All of that stuff needs to still grow as well. So I'm basically taking the step back and just giving myself kind of room to
spend a bit more time in those areas as well.
Yeah.
Mate, very mature for it. Because I mean, when I was your age, I was still like bodybuilding, and I was just like fucking everything. And, you know, I was losing relationships left, right, and centre. I was basically just working to get enough money to, pay my food bill or pay for my next fucking cycle. So I think, like you said, like bodybuilding it requires so much of you. If you haven't got, you know, if you haven't got the financial state, it's not fucking cheap. No, and unfortunately, to break it to you, if you didn't know, like being a pro is probably even more expensive because pro shows
are more expensive.
I mean, the experience you get from them is well worth it. But yeah, you know, you need that there. In that now, we touched, I suppose, a little bit there about other areas, like outside of bodybuilding. Like, what do you have any like interests, passions, and stuff there? Or is it? I mean, don't be afraid to say bodybuilding because
I mean,
you know, I know how it is.
I'm one of those people that I get really worried about myself because I actually do not enjoy anything else but bodybuilding. It's like everything is just around bodybuilding. Like whatever I'm doing is just literally is about that.
You're not the first to say that though, and I don't think it's a coincidence that you've reached where you have in a fairly short time by being that way. And at the end of the day, you know, I know how passionate I am about bodybuilding. Like that level of passion is all consuming, and people like to be negative about it and be like, "Oh, you're obsessed." But I mean, there's worse things to be obsessed about. Let's be honest. No, that's cool. Now, I wanted to ask this because you mentioned obviously your parents being very focused on education. How do they feel about the bodybuilding?
My dad's passed.
Actually
passed the same year I was doing my first show.
Okay.
But I know for a fact that he wouldn't have been a fan.
Okay.
I said age. I've always been stubborn as well. I think that's what's. I always consider myself like a rebel, where if I set my mind on something, I want to do it. And so when I said I was going to do body, I didn't even tell anyone. I just kind of went for it. And you know, my mom is my mom. You know, she's like, just be careful.
She sounds like
you
my
know what
mom.
I'm saying? Like, just be careful. Like, make sure you
yeah.
know what you did. I'm like, I'm good. She's like, as long as you're happy. Like,
Okay.
she's you know, that's sort of a parent. But apart from that, it's just, you know, you get people want to chime in, but I sort of like try and protect my space.
Okay.
And my mental space. So I don't really get anyone. If I ever have someone close to me that talks negative about bodybuilding, that probably be the last time I speak to them in a long time.
Yeah.
That's the sort of person I am.
Yeah.
So I'll let you have the whole say and you say what you want to say, but that's
everyone's entitled to their opinion. But
I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Not ever again, but like.
Yeah. So either, like, it's one of those where it's like, if you're going to bring that to my table, consistently, especially, like my mom, bless her, like when I started, like she was constantly in my ear, like, you know, oh, you look terrible, you know, you look, it's not good for you. And to the point where I think probably 3 or 4 years in, I remember sitting down with her. I said, listen, you need to.
Yeah, let me do this.
Like, you're entitled to think that, but you've said it. I get it. Like, I know where you stand. And like that's not to say she didn't still support. Like, she, you know, bless her, she always used to send me like cards for my shows, good luck and everything. And she came to a couple, but yeah, I think our parents or like our mums sound quite similar. Like the overarching mothering. They never, you're always their baby, no matter how big you get.
Yeah.
Is your mum still in Nigeria or is she?
Yeah, she's in Nigeria. Okay. Yeah.
Have you got any siblings?
Yeah, I've got my brother in Ghana.
Okay.
So I don't have any of my siblings in the UK.
So I'm gonna really go all over the shop here. You moved to. Do you live in Nigeria all the way through kind of your youth, teenage years?
So I basically came here at 17.
Okay.
Did uni. And then from there just kind of went back and then came back. But pretty much since I've been 18. Yeah.
And always in London or?
Nah, so I spent more time in Essex, in Chelmsford. Yeah, that's why I spent more time here. So like probably half of the time I've been in the UK has been in Essex, and then the half has been in London. Yeah.
And what made you? Because I was on the drive down, I was like, London is not bad. I'm a country boy. London, just driving gave me anxiety. But like, what brought you to London? Anything in particular, or?
I just like the hustle and bustle, man.
Okay, So like, that's it. There's two people, two types of people.
I reckon, for me, it's like as I get older, I probably want to go the other way.
I
just go somewhere more quiet. I know that's in the works for me. But I just like being in the city where everything's happening, everything's on the move.
Right. And like you said, you've got this place on your doorstep as well, which is pretty cool. Like an absolute mecca of a gym. Now then, I'm just going to refer to my notes. One of my favourite questions, actually. Obviously, you are a big black man.
Yeah.
Is there anything people often misunderstand about you?
Oh, that's an easy one. I'm intimidating. It's like the one I get every time. And to me, I'm like, I don't see it. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you can relate. It's like, deep down, I'm probably like the most aware.
You're still that skinny guy.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't see myself as anything special. I'll be real. I really don't see myself as anything special. I just, if anything, I draw inspiration from, you know, people that go from zero to hero. Right? So it's like, when I meet people, it's like, that's just me. I'm just like, I want to know you, want to know your story, you know, and then, but I always get, obviously after, they was like, oh man, you're such like a teddy bear, such da-da-da-da. I'm like, cool. But before
you've got
that,
a very friendly smile.
But before that is always, oh my God, I was scared to talk to you. Like, I thought you were intimidating. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not. So I'll say that is, but I try and go out of my way to like be more approachable.
No, I mean, I seen you in the gym, just like kind of, you obviously have a good connection with the guys who work here and the members as well.
I try to do that and not be the stereotype big black guy in the gym. But
breaking stereotypes is what we do. I think there's nothing better than a bodybuilder who can really put a nice vibe out there.
100%, man. I'm not just, again, it comes down to I'm not just a bodybuilder, right? It's like I'm more than just a bodybuilder.
You're a human, but you've got a personality.
For me, bodybuilding is a job. It's like, this is something I obviously enjoy doing, but it is a job in a sense. Like, but I'm also human. Also like bodybuilding.
And it ties in as well, because if I'm right, do you PT for the most part? So obviously, like being able to connect with people and be approachable.
100%.
It's such an important part of that thing. Brilliant. So I'm gonna finish with I'm sure you're aware of what questions come in because I think you've watched the series, which I'm very grateful for. What does success mean to you, Jacob?
Success, what does that mean to me? It would mean freedom. It would mean being able to provide for my family. It would mean also just like self-fulfillment as well, just priding myself, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll say, this about summing up, it'll be those three things. But I think even more than anything else, just be providing for my family and just being someone that can be there for like my mom, my siblings, obviously for myself as well. So that will be what that means to me.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that's not a surprising answer for me because I've seen, like on your Instagram, like you quite often on your stories, you put thoughtful. You're quite a like holistic kind of like mind. Do you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't like again. This comes back to maybe misinterpretations, but like there's a lot to that side of things. And you said kind of earlier like that's something like the mental side you're always developing. And is that like is that an area that you go out of your way to improve or you
100%. It's like it's one of those things where you always on it. It's like, don't get me wrong, even though I might come across like wise, I'm always also having like making mistakes and learning, but I think that's the key, is just like always trying to learn, okay, what could I have done better here? And I think again, it's just understanding like, one, I'm human. It's like I'm in this life and I'm passing through life, and my purpose isn't just step on stage, win the Olympia. Like I want to do more than just do that. I want to inspire people as I do that. Like just show them what is possible, or like at least make them believe in themselves enough to go do some cool shit. Like that's what I live for. It's like I just want to do some cool stuff so everyone can be like, Jacob can do this. Like
why can't? I think I mean I love that. Like I go, the older I get, I don't like talking about getting old because I'm not. But, it comes down to what do you want? Legacy's a grand term, but like how do you want people to remember you and stuff like that? And I think honestly, like it feels like a bit of a mirror. Like listening to you, like we're very similar, and even like, granted, your rate of progress is offensively better than mine, but like that skinnier kind of beginning, or obviously, like from when you started to now, the rate of progression is very similar, and I mean honestly, if this rate continues even at half of the speed, man, like I can't wait to see. I know there are some bodybuilding kind of pundits out there who love the big guys, and you're going to be one of the biggest dudes on the circuit, man, and it's fucking exciting, and I'm very much in for it. I can't wait to continue to follow, continue to support. And no, honestly, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that.
Well, man.
You're an absolute hero. And a fantastic episode, guys. Check out Jacob. I'll put all his details below. Brilliant episode. Thank you so much. See you next time.